Just a little more. Why? Thank you. I'm just worried that it's on my brain will be late. Yeah. Sign in.
Not your old cost $12 I spent.
It's very useful.
Hello. Oh, James. It's good thing you came. I got all these processing. I was going to do it for you, but I figured we could still do it. Actually, after the meeting, we'll go over it because you have to learn how to create a group and then associate the with the group. So we can do that because we have plenty of experience.
Inside or someone?
Sorry. What's there? Right. I am ready. Are we live?
I see a YouTube video.
Excellent. Audio's on and all those things. We are prepared. I thought all chat, shouldn't I? Yes. Welcome out there in the internet land. Welcome to our first February meeting. Thank you to everybody for joining us online, watching this back in the future, and joining us here live and in person. I am Troy. I am the chairman. Joining us is Matt, one of the vice chairs, and Brittany, also one of the vice chairs. She should be joining us soon, but we'll go ahead and get started. I see he's scampered away, even though we always start with him. Tristan, do you have any ATC partner announcements?
So just this last Monday, we held the election for John Hermesdorfer to fill the remaining member at large position on the board of directors, and he did win. There were 24 eligible candidates, 7 voted, all did vote for John. So congratulations, John.
And one correction, there are not 24 candidates, there are 24 eligible.
Did I say candidates?
You did.
My mistake.
I had an opposition there.
For an appointment confirmation.
Yes. Otherwise, at this point, the positions we still have open are the treasurer and the secretary positions. If you are interested, please email us, let us know. I know we have gotten 1 or 2 emails that we still have to get back to them about. Otherwise, our next board meeting is going to be this Tuesday night. We're going to be holding it remotely on our YouTube page. Just a reminder, attendance for those meetings is also counted towards voting rights in case you can't make it to these meetings. If you guys have any other questions or anything, please do feel free to email us at atcboard@nmatwincities.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Tristan. Moving on. Let's see. Yes. Welcome, Brittany. We just started. Tristan just gave the ATC partner updates. So, we can move on with, department updates. Since Brittany is just getting settled in. Matt, did you want to start with your departments?
Sure. Safety is still looking for more staff. That knows the bulk of it. Things are ongoing.
Working on schedule, and then there's the card, it's just like, for the outside, for
Yeah, that's still an ongoing process with business cards, but we are actively working on it. So you will have those for the convention.
So you need our phone numbers, so you can put it on there.
Once we get the design finalized, I'll just reach out to get it. And then room parties is just finalizing that. We had one room drop out for unforeseen reasons. I believe that puts us at 16 room parties for this year. So I'll be getting that finalized pretty soon, at which point we can reallocate those suites if we need to. The facilities is just waiting to hear back from MCTC regarding their parking agreement that we've historically had. That's ongoing. Hope, do you have anything?
If you have not given me such request, I will be very
What about if we bring you pictures of Jable?
So any requests at this point better come with a peace offering of some sort?
I've said 4 years past, but I really like that. Let it client, let it client.
Fair enough. You all were.
Some people have had extensions and still
Ken, have you gotten response requests in yet?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just making sure because I know he's wanted to miss out. And then other news, we do have new reservation sets in place. We conducted 2 interviews. We felt they were both very well qualified, so they were both appointed to the position. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them, get them all set up, at which point we'll announce everyone, introduce everybody. But yeah, so that's ongoing. That's exciting and new. I think that's all I got from my division. Hey, Brittany, were you ready to sing?
Yeah. Reserve is here. Do you want to talk to your boss?
Most of the vendors, and cascade. I think we have like 20% left in the cabin. And I'm dipping my hand into a list.
We're this same weekend as Sakura and then we Boston. So like those are really big concerts. So it's exciting.
Most of them have their contract and tax ID back to me, so there's no there. It wasn't really nice to me, but I think it's weird.
Actually, I do have one more thing. Sorry, logistics got a hold of me. They asked if there was any questions regarding or information for logistics. Just email the head directly. Just email Tabby. Just let her know. She can get back to you real quick. She'll handle that. Sorry.
I also want to take your time. I know we had a video game. He is actually here. We're working on a lot of contracts signing right now. The security officer and organized. Do you have anything else you want to say? Feel free.
Thanks, John.
Speak up a little bit. Can't hear you on that.
Okay. We had a video, status confirmed and looking good. We have other stuff and highlight streaming rooms confirmed. We've already purchased the sound bars, which is fantastic. We've branded sound bars for the rooms. We sent out permissions and they're slowly coming back in. Once we get the rest of the permissions, they're going to have final grids established. We have a question for program, which I'll hit up after this. And then DJ. I don't have any updates from DJ yet, but last I heard, he was establishing stuff in those games. I don't know where they're at for organizing the like the actual tabletop events, but I'll touch base with him and try to get it up to you.
Yeah, I think normally we're waiting. I know that we had secured the partnership agreement with them. I think we were just waiting on what events they were gonna run, and then they'll submit kind of their graphic and their schedule, for the program guide, and then DJ should submit his, our tabletop events that we're gonna put, and then we should get that stuff to him. Yeah, yeah. Is that everything that you have? Okay, so then let's see, Kristen and Ally aren't here, so let's see, go through some of, Ally's department's themes. They'll get a list of, they're gonna send us a list of entries needed for the program book and send out requests for updates by Sunday night. So again, that's covering a lot of departments. As you go through the book, you have, kind of a blurb about your department. You should have received what information was in the program guide last year, so that you can take a look at that and see what you want to edit or update. If you haven't received that, let teams know. We'll get that to you. If you haven't yet looked at that and edited that, please do that and get that back to Peter so they can start building out those pieces of the program guide. Especially, but not only including if some of that information has to do with your hours of operation. Look at that closely, make sure that that is accurate for the program guide. Let's see. Yes, and what? Yeah, I have some of them. Yes. Let's see, then we had photography is still getting applications for photography staff. They're looking to get some practice time together, working with the Anime Twin Cities gear, looking over the main stage events and trying to figure out the most important ones to add to the rolling photography schedule, and kind of mapping out the best schedule for the photography studios and things like that.
We have no updates from social media, but be aware that this is like a great push for you to advertise having in your departments to the concourse. This is like a fantastic opportunity before we actually close pre-registration to promote our convention from within and without. So if you have cool stuff that you want to announce for your areas, for your departments, like anything like fosters engagement for our concourse, let's continue to push those out. Remember, social media typically requires like 2 to 3 days confirmation and then they post it.
March. All right, so we're getting feedback from the chat that audio is coming through garbled because it's, laptop microphone, otherwise probably directional. You have to try and talk at the laptop. Because I guess Troy's the only one coming through clear.
That's, let's see. Yeah, building on that social media, like Brittany said, so, we can highlight some stuff from programming, some of the tournament stuff when Tom has some of that stuff fleshed out. What we're wants to do with artist stuff, vendor stuff, just all those sort of positive things that different folks are excited about, just to try to paint with the widest brush. A lot of that can just excite the community, and it can also encourage folks to register if they haven't. So we will continue to look at trying to do that. You may start getting prompts in your email about, do you have a thing? So it's not, and then we can try to work with you on trying to build that out. So it's not just on you, like, come up with stuff and send it to us. We'll try to work with you on building that and getting that out to the social media team. Let's see.
Speak up for a second. Okay.
No, we'll keep that for that. Let's see. We got a number of different emails, so I'm just trying to track the rest of them. Let's see.
While you're looking for that,
Sure.
I ask a question while the social media one out.
Absolutely.
Is there a way that I can advertise, hey, go to the con for free if you volunteer for staff?
And then if so, how do I drive people with me for the staff? Because I need videos. Thirdly, how do I change people's badge from, if it is possible, going from nowhere to staff? That would enter the room and all the sweet benefits that I talked about.
You go to the database, you go to their entry, you put add staff.
Do they get a refund?
This is something that is managed post-con once their hours. If they have to be registered, it is a post-con situation. We wanted to roll out the use of what our current program is for registering our staff. The concept allows us to not force people to pre-register and then take them back. That is avoidable for some of our staff that we know it out too late or we didn't communicate that clearly. But for the majority of them, it's like the into a vaccinating staff system, and then we don't have to be a super regular person. Inevitably, for these like last minute stuff, if they've already bought a badge, yeah, post on.
That is good to know. I'm like really bad at posts.
So, just this stuff to myself, make sure you work with them for creating and like all of that jazz.
That's good because I'm a grower and I do not know how to spell.
Okay. Sure.
So my staff was really 12 to 20 hours, so free hotel. So do you want to email you the list, or do you just want me to be on the register?
At this time, if there's anyone who has missed like getting their staff in that are going to work that 20 hours below requirements on Ventime, if you have missed that window, email our tier team. We are conglomerating a list over the next week to make sure we get finalization for our reservations team that is now taken on. So you can still have a team that are coming in that will work in that 20 hours that will get that comp hotel and we'll work on those return conditions. We're going to temporarily open up to those select people. Just email the tier team with that list once you pass through your department.
Thank you.
Okay, the programming, they have a schedule. They're dotting a few I's, crossing a few T's. They'll be sending out confirmation emails. We're going to have a prospective scheduled stage tech, guests, and photography shortly, and soon after the room sets for hotel. Building on that, everybody should have received an email from Tony from facilities about room sets. Take a look at that, be prepared to fill it out and get that in. If you are new to department head or have any questions at all about filling out the room set stuff, please get with your vice chair or the executive team. We will help you fill that out so that we can make sure that that is accurate for the facilities team and the hotel. It's important that that's as accurate as it can be when we turn that into the hotel. Minor changes can be absorbed at con. Very minor changes. Anything kind of over and above that has dollar signs on it. So we want to make sure that the room is set up how you want it to be, and it's going to be according to your room set. So make sure if it's copy and paste from last year, you want it to be copy and paste from last year. If you want changes, make those changes. If we get to the hotel and you go into a room and say, this isn't what I wanted, please switch it around, they will happily do that for you, and the numbers will look different for Kim. And no, we don't, it skews everything. So please help us to help you. So yeah, like I said, if you have any questions at all, we will work with you to make sure that we can get done what you want to have done at our lowest cost. We already covered leave. Yes. Let's see. And looks like cosplay, the only update they had is they are announcing the cosplay guests on social media. They are also on track. Guests, we announced our final voice actor guest of honor, which was Lauren Landa today. And we've started re-announcing or reminding folks. We did that with Johnny. Start re-announcing Acme. We are pivoting from, hello. Troy EXE is rebooting. We are pivoting from trying to do the Acme VIP stuff on our site. We will be getting a link from Fake Star and having people register on their site for that Acme VIP. So we should be getting that information. Again, that is 40 VIPs. That's the number that they will be VIPing, registering. Words are difficult. So that I know we'll be getting a lot of questions with that. We should be getting that from them very soon. I talked with those reps at AMKey.
I just want to add and guests and cosplay as well, because all of them were programming and we communicated really well this cycle. But last time all the information when we did it.
Awesome, thank you, JC. Thank you, JC, as well. So yeah, a big thank you to you know, that team that works well together. The, you know, the programming, the guest of honor, the cosplay team. It's been a real positive draw online as well. Before we move on to anything else, let's see, we covered,
Just forget one update from my department. Sure. Going back to facilities really quick. Department, make sure you check your room set, the file, the document that was sent out. If you don't have that, reach out to me or, you know, Tony with facilities. It needs to be edited, change the cell to red, and make the changes you gave. Any questions, get old Tony, great to work with, I'll help you out.
let's see, Christina from Merch and Colton from Balcon weren't able to be here today. They also didn't have any new updates. Brittany had mentioned social media. We covered photography. I don't know if Amanda had anything else. Covered cosplay, covered guests. And I see like the rest of Kristen's team is here. Do any of those 4 departments have anything else they want to speak to here? Tech, IT, programming, registration. Any of you guys have anything else that you guys want to mention as far as updates?
I'm not releasing any updates just yet.
Okay. Then I think that covered James.
So batch party, registration closes the 10th, Friday, correct?
Yes.
Either Sunday, Monday, or Saturday, anyone else wants to do. I'll figure out locations with wherever, whatever. But I'm highly thinking Sunday, fun day in the afternoon, no sports ball.
There's a requirement for that to happen for teams to have a background.
Yeah.
So you can put it in the system, otherwise you're going to be printing blank badges.
Yes. I think I just find out you. I have no idea what where the art is. I can bring it up.
They did just send an email today. I don't know if you saw it, where they were asking about the types of badges to confirm, and then if the badge sizes are going to be the same, which they are on those same size PVC cards. So I think once we confirm that, then they'll be able to get working on that art. We'll just have to ask them what their okay.
And that's the arts.
That's themes. Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I need to know.
Yes.
On that note, you or tech know the model of the printers we're using, so we can get the stuff ordered for that. So I know I'm assisting it.
Zebra 9.
Yeah.
The Zebra 9?
Yep.
Okay.
And I think
We're on the Zebra 7. We're not.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, there's
I think I have
those brand new ones we ordered at the start of COVID.
mistakenly, but I have some of those ribbon things.
Store as well, but is the back part something that we invite athletes to? Is it? Everyone on staff or is it different?
I don't think we've done it in a number of years. I think the previous reps had just been.
So they started doing this, yeah.
Yeah, she's just.
Struck down by the step only because all of the printing gets shipped down to basically sorted down.
Right.
Everybody.
Right. Right. No, I'm not suggesting we should keep it that way. Right.
I have no idea what happened as of last year, so I would like to say if something happened last year that worked out really well, I would like to mirror that.
Once you get something like calendar or whatever, we'll put it on the calendar.
Yep.
We'll make an event for you.
And then there will be Thursday, day 0 badging pickup. That will happen. It'll be 6 to 9. Tentatively, unless it gets really crazy, then I might bump back an extra hour just to deal with, I'm not anticipating that, but.
Yeah, actually, everybody, we should be able to set aside staff. Yeah.
I have no idea, but I'll make it so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's it.
You want someone who's pre-reg only because we're talking about it.
Right.
You're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it last year, that's all.
Yeah. Hey, Ari, would it be possible to reopen the online reg system on Friday so people can register standing in line?
Definitely check around after this meeting.
Deal.
Let's try and choose to start up this meeting and relatively socially attractive thing that occurred over the last few weeks.
Excellent. I'm excited.
I don't want to talk about now. If we're not gonna use it.
Sure, understood.
Understandable. I'd like for those to be fantastic, please.
Yeah, basically, we're trying to do the whole reg system. Maybe. But,
Sort of thinking, yeah.
oh, Tori, did you have something?
Me? He said Jamie, not James. Sorry. What was the question again? Because I thought you were talking to someone else. Sure. Let me put that in my notes. I had forgotten, and I'm glad you brought this up.
I think that's fantastic, including that in the package, because like, I could do that complication for it.
Well, I don't want to wait line that's 2 hours or whatever, and I have a like big come down. And so then I can already and like kind of tell me like stuff like that.
Interesting, if you show the batch party, you could probably think it all then too. No, forget about it, look what it does to freak out.
Sorry, but I will not. Maybe.
I live in St. Paul. I have a car. Anyone worked registration last year, I was like, hey, what did and did not work? Lines, just, yeah, mom. Okay. But I was like, the same page, like, well, what time hours were, generally speaking, what did and did not work, like the need for certain periods. I have no notes as of right now from last year, so.
Let's say if you feedback for registration, anything that you directly experienced, anything that you heard from Congress, well, obviously you have the data from last year, but then feel free to send it to the registration email or send it to Dave directly. Because that would be great for him to establish that feedback. We're not experimenting a lot with Reg with adding to hours earlier, adding on Thursday hours, and we're going to try to accommodate the Congress for getting access to and getting to be a part of, as you mentioned earlier, with us moving up opening ceremonies and us opening Reg earlier. This is going to be a great way for us to like assist our Congress. So if you guys have suggestions, forward to James in the registration.
I just have a little question. I usually take a single standard release so they can just start meeting when they show up because they have trips that they're doing for school before they come over to us, so they don't have to come in with the route, get their badge, wait in the line, and then start doing the route. They have their residents, they're ready to go, that packet, server packet from us. A few days before kind of the dispatch. So I was wondering if you were on that from facilities.
And if you need badges ahead of time, please send an email to James.
Simple form. But I request for anyone dealing with organizers, sponsors, anything that you oversee where you know you have people you need to delegate to, because this could be a long list of people and not everyone would be at the batching party, let's try to create like a simple way to get you this information, probably some kind of form that will come up the next week. Okay. Yeah.
You can honestly get many Detour. And the question I do like boulders. I think the third thing that I have from registration and aware of that people need to think about. I'm probably missing 3 or 4 things, but I'm almost fully up. I'm already with mobile.
Yeah,
From an IT standpoint, I think one like you know what it's go, that we're continuing to try to look along the walls and stuff,
right.
to get you this convention. I remember that's not familiar. We have a lot of performance that we have to have out of the same code stuff. I think it is. Because we don't have it. We're extremely excited about getting our unified platform for all of our convention needs. My team has been in series of training videos for the new platform, and we have our hands in the test so that next year we'll be able to implement all the bells and whistles without being able to be like, wow. But we did about 6 weeks, we can figure out how it works. And we can figure out how it works because it's a application. So we're pretty excited about that. We do have a system scale theory. And I did want to let everybody know that we are currently tracking what we consider suspicious activity that's trying to access our site because it's causing intermittent, non-standard error codes. That's the language that I use, so as not to disclose too much information about what's happening. If it's you, I will find you. I already have 3 kids sitting on proxy service. I will find you.
Like James Bond theme plays in the back.
Yes, particular set of
I have a very particular
No, I think that's, thank you, I know that's, great for, everybody to hear, is that we are deep into the usage of Eventney, particularly at the registration level. That was the primary reason to shift to that. It does have a lot of other usage, right. There has been some stumbling out of the blocks, and trying to figure out the features and things like that. We do have a meeting scheduled with our representative to cover some of those new features, go over some questions to figure out how we can continue to improve some of those features and import some of the documentation, perhaps at the staff handbook and things like that. So we're going to continue to work with them and gather more information on how we can continue to use that unified platform. We did send a team to Amkey just this last weekend. Goodness. Continue to strengthen our relationship out there. We're looking at doing a staff exchange. If you are a department head in the chat and you are in need of staff, please let us know. I already messaged Kristen about that, as well as James, if you need additional staff for registration. I know those were kind of our 2 areas that we were known to us. So Kristen was going to reach out to Amkey staff about those 2 portions for a staff exchange. Okay. Yep. we, yeah, talked with some more, video game industry folks, and established, some networking, some sponsorships, and then what did, you showed me your list, and then brain happened. Oh, yeah. So continuing along the lines of one of the most exciting things that we do, the Girl Scouts will be back again, joining us. Unfortunately, Kyle does have to have his privileges, so I'm first in line for Thin Mints. You can have those garbage lemon ones, and and then you at least one box of those caramel ones, because they're my eternal struggle, because they have caramel, and I love caramel, but I hate coconut, so it's just my schizophrenia cookie. Anyway, they will be back. We've been working with the hotel to try and find a suitable location for them, as it kind of works around that second floor food stall, and the one at High Five for Girl Scouts. Well, that I just got goosebumps. Do I get 10 minutes before they go in there though? Because that. Well, it's the best area, but I did not want to impose on Laura because. Yeah, no, but. Right.
So we just have to confirm with them, hours and what their volunteers look like, because they were excited about potentially doing more with the convention. So kind of that is an opportunity of might be for them.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be troublesome, like, because they would have particular hours that I.
It would be right next to that. So that people can walk by, waiting there with us, so hungry, waiting for
Would it be, would there, how do you feel about, well, obviously they would have different hours than like your normal stalls that are open all the time. Is that trouble for you? Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure, because they're gonna be like, I think it was 12 to 4 Friday, and then, I mean, they're all, yeah, they're just limited hours, because they're child day. Yeah. Well, no, also because I thought you were full, so. Well, I know, but. Yeah. Well, Well, that was the, that was the,
Like abuse this relationship. I really like the idea of that. I don't know that idea. I think that would be good.
yeah, we just knew that they weren't going to be able to be in one of the alcoves, as they were last year. The hotel wants them a certain distance away from the food stalls, and we're still trying to figure out where to put the second, well, I guess it'd be the third and fourth food stall. There was one on the fourth floor. We'd still like to have them leave one up there. I think that was the lowest performing one, but that seems to track to me, because obviously the foot traffic on 4 is not the same as the foot traffic on one. And then yeah, and the second floor one, obviously was just in a bad spot with red lines, so, we did not want that one there, so we're still trying to find a sort of suitable spot for that.
Your question, Victoria, and proposal for after this meeting, so once, if you can hit me up once we're done here, because I have a potential project that I'm more. It's not public yet, because it's in planning stages.
Oh, okay.
Potentially.
Um,
We'll have to.
the-
It's very preliminary, not real, so don't take it too seriously.
Review critical was it just such a website for sponsors?
Yep, yeah,
That's what I'm just like.
I'm saying something from last year, there's no report.
right, her logos and things like
Yeah.
that. The scouts have sent in an ad, or I guess it's not really an ad, but it's a, for where the, like, yeah, talking about Girl Scouts. They drew it, it's adorable. We just need to put on there when we finalize it, where they're gonna be, what their hours are, so that we can get that into the program guide. Hopefully, I guess, stage tech is that what we're calling you? But I mean, to your face. And programming, and if there's anybody else that needs to co-sign on it, let me know. They are willing to do a song at opening ceremonies. Yeah. I don't know. I have goosebumps, but I don't know if there are Girl Scout songs. But okay. Yeah. Yeah, they are willing to do Girl Scout, or they said a song. So, yeah. Something else they asked, sort of similar to when you see them like helping bag the groceries at the grocery stores. If there are other tasks that they can help with at con, let us know. Yeah, Brittany is, and Kristen also offered to kind of help be kind of the liaison, kind of helping to coordinate that sort of thing. So department heads, if you have, something child friendly, yeah, we're not going to teach them to, roll cable here. So, yeah, so if there are some things that you can think of, please let us know. We'll get a list together. I said Brittany and Kristen will kind of be working with them to, help them get their, volunteer hours and things like that.
Suggestions for your team, like things you wanna, like request of the Girl Scouts, or you can suggestions for.
Yeah, but they're very excited. Yeah, I think that was it for the Girl Scouts, and then I've kind of picked back up with, we've always had a really great relationship with our partners with the manga library. We were sort of increasing that engagement with them, kind of pre-COVID, like where we're trying to figure out ways to help them promote their events at the libraries for their anime clubs. And then COVID happened, so there weren't any. So now we're kind of back on track with that. They are gonna, put our flyers into the library systems, so that folks that are interested in anime and going to their anime clubs are aware that we exist, and that when they have events that we can, use our social media platforms and things like that to let the community know that there are things within their library system that they can go to that, aren't only large-ish conventions, that there are also things that they can engage with at the convention. Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I love that. they'll be in the same space. So yeah, that was also another thing. Oh, I lost it. Hmm.
It's also like you have earned, you know, a bond or something like that, you would have to be a file.
Liz had asked if it had been suggested to our partners at the library to do a thing like a readathon in the summer where you get a button or something like that if you read 3, 4, 5 manga in the summer. And I think that that is an excellent idea. Brittany is also the like communications coordinator with ATC. And she's working with our folks with the library in terms of coordinating with Detour. So if that's something that you want to kind of mention to them.
I mentioned, and it's something that could like supersede Detour. Like it'll be on
Yeah.
and we kind of like the community engagement piece. So I really like that.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what the other thing was, so I think it was cool and I forgot about it, so darn. Does anybody else have anything, any questions or anything else that we need to discuss before we close the meeting? Yeah. Yeah, I
Who's having the corner person did?
yeah. If I think of what it was that I had, I will just have to mention it off meeting. Is there anything in chat now?
There is none.
Nothing in chat?
Go to challenge you for cookies.
Well, I don't want all the thin mints. Yeah. I won't stand for this kind of treatment. They think they can just push me around.
You literally had me pushing you around this.
They pushed me around before I was in the chair. All right. Well, on those positive notes, thank you to everybody for joining us online. If you have any, this was not the thing, but I wanted to make sure and mention it. Kind of along the lines of Eventney and the staff badge stuff. We did come up with our draft of documentation for the staff badge requirements. It's in the hands of the executive team. We just need to look at final editing, not of just that draft. It's pretty basic. And then we are going to get that out to yep. So that yeah, like I said, there was a few changes from how we were doing it last year, and then once we switched to Eventney, that kind of changed things, and particularly in terms of how we wanted to access department head schedules. So whether you guys will submit it to your vice chairs for inputting into Eventney, or you will input them into Eventney yourself. Eventney has now become part of that schedule collection. So that's
digitizing more and more to make it more accessible for department heads to have more power in terms of what that looks like for the department.
Yep. So as soon as we get sort of the official editings from the rest of the team, yes, sir.
Well, that is there a way to print out after it's all been scheduled? Somebody there a copy.
Most programs allow like an Excel export. We'll answer questions for the meeting that we have this week. We can then get some details about what that scheduling feature looks like and maybe like that training rundown. Something that we can forward to you guys. So that's amazing.
Yeah, if departments in preparation for the meeting, if you have any questions about Eventney usage, email the chair team. We might not have the answers for you, as it's very new to most of us. Kristen is familiar with it. I think Ally is familiar with it as well. But we'll get the answers from Eventney because it's new to the rest of us as well. So we want to make sure that you guys have the answers, so that we can all figure out how to use it together. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. But we want to make sure that we did hear your guys' voices on making sure that we got the staff badge documentation out so that you guys can start referring your staff to it. But some of the earliest breakdowns on that is still the 12 hours during con, at con, asterisks. Obviously, there are a number of departments that, IT, for example, there's a couple of other cons that do, or a couple of other staff that, on a case-by-case basis, department-wise, aren't going to do their hours at con. So, and we realize that there are staff that have already purchased their badge. Prior to us saying do not purchase your badge, that we didn't want to go through the reimbursement portion. So we will be figuring out how to take care of that through refund reimbursement. John?
Is there, sent out to the people that sign up for the 12 hours
Without the what?
without the loan,
Yeah, there-
Yeah.
The recurring events we have is not as live for general staffing. Anyone can use it has no allocation for the room, so that's why we're separately like one to zero. An announcement link, I don't think so. I think you just go to events and it's the only thing that comes up. It's literally the only one.
ask, they just want it.
Yeah, I'll work on getting an email out for staff with that updated link. But in the meantime, like, so that maybe this afternoon, they tend to go to events and find our event, and it is the only open current. Once we open up the other one for like the hotel rooms again, the links will have to remain separate. It'll always be open for a limited time, so if you don't want to be out of it. So.
Anything else? I don't know. Well, yeah, the Hyatt. Yeah, the Hyatt.
We have our allocations for our internal hotel requests, and we have set aside some hotel rooms where if we do not utilize all of them, we will reopen eventually. Those because we want to fully book everything that we have reserved. So for the reservation time to kind of collaborate once we have, here's what the guests are, here's what we have to fill up all our staffing them, here's the remnants, then we reopen. And as it stands right now, yes, it's fully booked. We can discuss that, yes. Take a look at our allocations for that, and also have a good website for that.
Yeah, I think probably in that case, what we'll have to look at is before we release the rooms back out into the public that we check with staff and other departmental allocations for needs before making a social media post that more rooms are available. Yeah, and then I think for next year, so obviously Friday and Saturday, we have the entire allocation of the hotel. Even though the contracts are written and signed, 4 or 5 years in advance, I think each year we're going to have to take a look at the allocations that we have for Thursday and Sunday nights and make amendments based on what we.
I think with utilizing like events me this first year, we're going to get a better grasp of understanding of how to better set up our reservations. So knowing kind of what our allocations are based on our return from COVID, so last year and this year, is really going to help us set up this timeline better for the future.
We don't have the entire hotel allocation on Thursday and Sunday. We have a number of rooms on Thursday and fewer than that on Sunday. So if next year we need to increase that allocation for rooms controlled by us on Thursday and Sunday, we'll have to amend the contract so that there are more rooms for staff, vendors, whatever it might be on those nights. And less rooms available to the general staff on those nights. But we'll have to keep looking at that year to year so that we have access to those rooms first. Anything else? Okay, then I think that's it for everything. Thank you to everybody for joining us online. Thank you for everybody joining us in person. We will see everybody in 2 weeks. Thank you. I agree. Wow, wow, indeed. Really cool thing. I can't. Yeah. Go by. Oh, so.